D.C. at the Pentagon. David?
Sarah, thank you very much. I'm assuming you've read Bob Woodward's book. I know a lot of us have. Can we expect, other than repeating denials from General Mattis, General Kelly, John Dowd, can we expect the White House to give us a list of all the things in the book that are wrong and that qualify Woodward to be a liar?
I think that would be a complete and utter waste of our time,
Okay,
so
well,
no.
Hold on a second. Because then that goes to this Quinnipiac poll that came out today that says 55% of Americans believe that the op-ed writer in the Times is right. And the president's getting a 60% negative rating on the honest and truthful. 60% of Americans think he's a dishonest person. So does the president think he can actually win a credibility battle with Bob Woodward, who's an august member of the press corps, helped take Richard Nixon down, and is a legend? How can he win that credibility battle?
Once again, I think I would certainly rather take the actual on-record account from people who are here, who have been working in this building, who have interacted with the president day in, day out, like General Mattis, like General Kelly, like myself, not disgruntled former employees that refuse to put their name on things when they come out to attack the president. I think that those are far more credible sources and certainly far more reliable voices within this administration, and that can accurately tell what's taken place in the building behind me.
Is the president still a credible voice?
Absolutely. John?
Thanks a lot, Sarah. You've said a lot. The president has said a lot about the publication of this op-ed. You've called it, the president has called it a betrayal. You've called it an act of disloyalty. But the president, as has been mentioned quite a few times, even here in this briefing, has called on the Department of Justice to investigate the publication of this op-ed. There is no violation of the criminal code that goes along with the publication of this op-ed, so I'm a little curious as to what it is that the president believes may have been violated in the law as it relates to the publication of this op-ed.
Once again, we would consider someone who is actively trying to undermine the executive branch of our government inappropriate and something certainly to cause concern, and they should take a look at it.
What's the criminal violation then?
Well, once again, we're just saying that this gives a great level of concern, and they should look into it.
It's not a violation of the law. Just being concerned is not a violation of law. I'm just looking to see.
I'm not an attorney. It's the Department of Justice to make that determination, and we're asking them to look into it and make that determination, and they certainly are fully capable of doing that. But someone actively trying to undermine the duly elected president and the entire executive branch of government, that seems quite problematic to me and something that they should take a look at. John?
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. Just to try to specify this a bit, is the White House treating the anonymous op-ed writer as a full-fledged breach of security matter, and is the FBI investigating both staff and their means of communications, cell phones and computers and the like?
I'm not aware of that level. That wouldn't be something I would be a part of, but certainly, as I just told your colleague, we think that there is a concern here and it should be looked into. David?
One other question.
Go ahead, John.
Did the obviously the whole world watched when Jair Bolsonaro, the front-running Brazilian presidential candidate, was stabbed last week. Has the president called or sent any statement to his family at all?
I'm not aware that the president has, but I do believe members of the administration have reached out, and I'll work to get you the specifics of who that was. David?
Sarah, what does the president make of all of this talk of the 25th Amendment and some of what he hears on media outlets regarding the word crazy talk? It seems like there's a lot of talk about that on many of the mainstream media outlets.
I think we would say that it's about as ridiculous as most of Bob Woodward's book. The fact that that's actually being honestly discussed is ridiculous, and frankly, it's insulting to the nearly 62 million people that came out and overwhelmingly supported this president, voted for him, supported his agenda, and are watching and cheering on as he successfully implements that agenda every single day.
Sarah.
Sager.
Thanks, Sarah. Can you give us a sense of what documents the president